Here's the truth. You can't make money with a book, but you can get rich. Now, what the heck am I talking about? What do I mean when I say you can't make money with a book, but you can get rich? Well, a book by itself can't actually make you any money. Why? Well, how much does a book sell for? A book, now if we're talking about a physical book, paperback, is going to sell for between 10 and 30 bucks. All right. A Kindle book is going to sell for between $3 and $10. That's the sweet spot that Amazon pays you a 70% royalty. An ebook you sell on your website just as an ebook is going to be anywhere from free to 20 bucks. Okay. Now, let's look at the Kindle book thing. 1,000 books. Let's say you sold 1,000 books. Amazon pays you a 70% royalty. Let's just keep the math easy. You're making between $2 and $7 per. Okay. So that means you're going to make between 2K and 7K for every 1,000 books you sell. And let me tell you what, selling 1,000 books is not easy. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. But what I want to talk to you about is the same effort that goes into selling these 1,000 books could give you 100 times that amount of profit. The thing is that I want you to understand is that this isn't much money, but it can be a whole lot of work. Now, let's keep going. So you might ask, well, Jim, on Amazon, what if I'm a bestseller? Because obviously bestsellers make money. Do you make money? Don't those bestsellers on Amazon actually make money? And the answer to that is no, because the average Amazon bestseller in a deep category, okay, not in a main category that like New York Times, people that have TV platforms and stuff like that go after. I'm talking about a deep category to be a #1 bestseller. You might only have to sell between 2 and 30 books in a day to be a #1 bestseller in a category. Now, the great thing is 2 books is not a lot to be a bestseller, but you can't get rich selling 2 books, whether you're a bestseller or not. So it really comes down to understanding the difference between awards and rewards. And these are two very important things to make the distinction between awards versus rewards. And before we get into how a book can actually make you rich, we got to understand the difference between awards and rewards. Now, an award is I'm an Amazon bestseller. I was an Amazon bestseller. And once you become an Amazon best-selling author, they can never take that away from you. So this gives you big time credibility. This makes you look like a smarty pants in front of everybody because your mom can brag that you're an Amazon bestseller. You can slap Amazon best-selling author on the front of all the books you do from here on out. That in and of itself doesn't make you any money. Rewards are real simple. I make a lot of money because of my book. So this is really the difference between you can't get rich with a book, but you can get rich because you have a book. So the big aha is we're not trying to make money with book sales. We're trying to make money because we have a book. We can make a whole lot more sales of other stuff. Now, we'll get to that in just a second. But in case you don't know who I am, my name is Jim Edwards. I've actually been selling ebooks online since before the turn of the century in 1997. I got written up in the New York Times as one of the first people ever anywhere on the face of this planet to actually sell an ebook. The funny thing is, from 1997 to 2001, I struggled to sell my book. I struggled to make money with my book, even though I was getting national and international press attention for the fact that I was writing ebooks and I had an ebook. Then in February of 2001, I created what we would now call a book funnel. And that's when I started actually making money with my book. Literally took my 40-page website. It had a press kit and all this other stuff on it. And I turned it into a book funnel. How? By creating an offer with my book at the center of it. I created an offer that included my book. And all of a sudden, I went from making a few $100 to making enough money to make a house payment, 2 car payments, and the electric bill payment. Why? Because I stopped selling books and I started making offers. So the bottom line is, by the end, this was in February of 2001, by the end of 2001, I was having so much success and people were coming to me asking me, hey, how are you doing this? I actually started teaching other people to do what I was doing with my ebooks. And since then, I have helped literally tens of thousands and tens of thousands of people to understand how I do what I do. So, how do you make money because of a book? Well, I'm going to give you the steps right now. So, step one is to make your book part of an offer. So what did I do when I did my offer with my For Sale Boner book? I stopped selling the book and I made the book part of an offer, which meant you got the book to show you what to do. You got the sample forms pack that showed you samples of all the types of forms that you would need in order to sell your house. I actually offered a service with it to be able to put up a web page for you to use in your advertising to sell your house. And this was back in the day before there was no Zillow, there was nothing. I mean, getting a web page up was a big deal. So I made that part of my offer. I had additional training and checklists. I had a radio interview that I had done on how to get your home sold real quick. I had a special segment on there about how I was able to sell 2 homes myself in 30 days. And now all of a sudden, this was an offer that instead of trying to sell the book for 20 bucks, I was selling for as much as $100. Now, back in 2001, 100 bucks was 100 bucks. Now 100 bucks is not even dinner at a Mexican restaurant for 4 people. So the bottom line is I did step one, which was to make my book part of an offer. Then what we do, step two, is you have to have a book funnel. Now, what is a funnel? A funnel is basically a way of making multiple offers in sequence to somebody so that you're able to offer them maximum value while extracting maximum profit. So, for example, with my book, Copywriting Secrets, which has sold well over 100,000 copies all over the world, which is a lot. How were we able to take a book that we were basically giving away for free at copywritingsecrets.com and turn that into millions and millions of dollars? Why? Because we offered the book for free, which you don't have to do. This is just a free book offer, but we offered the book for free. You just had to pay shipping and handling. And then we offered the audiobook version, the expanded audiobook version, as an order bump. So before you checked out, you had the offer for that. Then after you checked out, we made an offer for my story selling course. And then whether you said yes or no to that, we also made an offer for my copywriting software. And so the total of all this stuff together, you had the potential of spending upwards of $1,000. So what that means is when you spread out, some people bought this, some people took this, some people took this, and a few people took this. But what ended up happening was we were making on average about $60 every time we gave away a book. What does that mean? Well, if you compare that with your 1,000 sales, making anywhere between $2 and $7, that's 2K to 7K versus 1,000 times 60, that's $60,000. That means that I had money to spend on advertising, for scaling, and for ramping this thing up through the roof. So by making the book part of a funnel, we could make a bunch of money. So my question to you is, would you rather try and sell books and make 2 to 7K? Now, granted, this is before ads because you ain't going to do this without doing ads. So that's why nobody can profitably advertise a Kindle book using Facebook ads or social media and all this other stuff. They're banging their head against a wall because there's no money in the Kindle book by itself. There's no money in a print book by itself. The book has got to be part of an offer. Once you have a great offer, then step 3, and my penmanship's really going to crap. All right. Just know that that says step. Okay. What you got to do is put that offer in front of a hungry audience. Put it out there in front of a whole bunch of people. But the cool thing is, if you got an offer, you actually have money to pay to run ads, or you have money coming in to support your effort of going out and doing social media, doing paid ads, getting into groups, working with influencers, going after affiliates. The bottom line is, though, is that no offer equals no money, but an offer equals money. Now, specifically, what kinds of stuff can you put in your offer? Well, there's a ton of different things you can do. You don't have to do a course and you're like, well, Jim, that was easy for you because you had software. Fine. You can offer courses. You can offer personal coaching. You can offer group coaching. You can offer critiques. You can offer live events, workshops, retreats, masterminds. You can offer done for you, done with you services. You can offer related tools. You can even factor in an affiliate offer into this. So literally you could create a funnel where the back end offer for your book is something that you're selling of somebody else's for an affiliate commission, or you could license it from them. You can sell blueprints, you can sell templates, you can sell workbooks based on your book. You can sell subscriptions, membership sites, paid community. You can do free speaking gigs. You can do fee speaking gigs. And the interesting thing is, with a free speaking gig, you get up in front of an audience, you speak for free, as long as they'll let you pitch one of the things I just listed off. So pitching your course, your software, whatever it is. There's so many things that you can do to make money because you have a book, but you're not going to make money with the actual book. So the bottom line is, we need to redefine what a best seller actually is. What does it mean to have a best seller? It's not putting it up on Amazon or putting it out there on the web and thinking that you're going to get uber rich by just making sales by somebody else doing the work. Okay. But the cool thing is that once you get this thing set up and running, it's like a jet plane. Expends a bunch of fuel getting off the ground, but once it's up and cruising, it can take you around the world in style. So I'm not poo-pooing this. This is in the basis of my business for almost 30 years. All right. So I'm not poo-pooing it. I love it. Number one, you got to target your audience. Who? Define that rabid, hungry audience up front. That's a huge key. Okay. Number two, create a book that solves a huge problem. If I could spell, it'd be amazing. a huge problem, not a little problem. It's like I talk about, nobody ever asked the ambulance driver, hey, how much, I just cut off my arm with a chainsaw. How much is this ride to the hospital going to cost me? People comparison shop for Band-Aids. They ride the ambulance and pay big bucks when they have a huge problem like a severed limb. Huge problem after you've defined your target audience. 3, make your book part of an offer. Again, if I asked you right now in your head, how much does a book cost? 10 to 30 bucks. A physical book, 10 to 30 bucks. How much is a Kindle book? 3 to 10. How much is an ebook on somebody's website? Anywhere from free to 30 bucks. But how much is an offer that is a combination of a bunch of stuff that solves a huge problem for a target audience? Always, always worth more than a book by itself. Make your book part of an offer. Don't be lazy. 4, set up a funnel. Set up a mechanism so that you can make multiple offers to somebody around this book. Just like the easiest one to do, book, you can sell it, give it away free plus shipping. You can do it as an ebook. It doesn't matter. Got the book, got the audio book, got a course, and then you got some kind of a tool or coaching all in sequence to maximize that value. All of a sudden, you've gone from a $20 ebook all the way to making a multi-hundred or multi-thousand-dollar offer of coaching on the back. Step 5, put it in front of the hungry audience. And if you're making an offer for more than just 20 bucks, now you've got the potential with money to work for, to run ads, to pay for your time, to do the promotion, to hang in there long enough to make this thing actually work. And then the 6th step is to move these people that you bring in up your value ladder. So the value ladder is a sequence now. Once they bought in that book funnel, now you move them up the value ladder to your courses, your subscription, your high ticket coaching, your high ticket one-on-one coaching, your live events, all that stuff. That's how you turn a humble book into the basis of an amazing, profitable business. That has been the core of how we've done this for years and years and decades. Okay. And the cool thing is, it has never been easier than now to create that book. My first book took me 4 years to write. My most recent book took me about 8 hours of total effort to put together. So I'm Jim Edwards. If this interests you, find out more. We've got lots of resources and lots of tools to help you to be able to do this. But bottom line is, this is how you get rich because of a book, because that book is part of a best-selling offer. Love to help you do more. Check us out.